Grace, mercy, and peace be to you from God our Father, from our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. I don't know if you've had times in your life where you've struggled in your faith. I know for all of us, I think we can have times and occasions where our faith can be tested and challenged. Our collar breaks down at a time which is the worst time financially. You lose your job unexpectedly. You think, Lord, how am I going to do this? I can't afford this right now. You have a health setback at a time when you had all these plans for retirement and your future, and now you're at rehab or doctor as much as you're carrying out your plans. With someone close to you who really had all these hopes for the future with them. And those occasions that can certainly test our faith. Yet there's something that we can always cry in those moments when we're struggling in our faith. And they are the words that we hear commanded today in our gospel. It says to Jesus, I believe, help my unbelief. You know what the Lord will always. And He will give your faith what you need to stand the test. That's what we see today in God's Word. We find this man that comes to Jesus who's having a crisis of faith. He comes to Jesus with a heart that had to have been heavy with questions and pain. There's a man whose son was possessed by a demon that made him mute since childhood. And the man reveals to Jesus had been constantly seeking the boy's harm. They would throw him down and convulse him and make him foam at the mouth and make him rigid. The man even told Jesus that he'd try to throw his son into the fire to burn him and into water to drown him. It had been the most heart-wrenching thing as a father to watch. He had felt so helpless for his son. Oh, what hope and joy it must have brought his heart when he then sees or hears about Jesus and his disciples. Could this man and these disciples really help me and my son to cast out that demon? It would have been disappointing then for him when he comes to where Jesus is supposed to be, but Jesus isn't there at first. Our text begins with where he's gone. He's with Peter, James, and John up on the mountain. He's speaking to his father and Moses and Elijah during the time of the Transfiguration. Yet it did not deter that man in that moment that it's revealed that he had asked Jesus' disciples that had been left behind to cast out the demon. They were able to blow that man. Try to put yourself in his shoes in that moment. It's so easy for him to say, all this hope that I'd had, and this one that I'd heard about, and these disciples, this faith that I had, was it just a pipe dream? Can they not help? That's when Jesus comes in the scene. And what does he find? He finds an argument going on. An argument between his disciples and these scribes of the Jews. And he finds out as he asks them what they were arguing about, that it was about the fact that they could not cast out that demon. It's probably the scribes kind of chiming them, kind of questioning them as why they couldn't cast out this demon. Perhaps to show the crowd that was around there too, oh, see, you shouldn't put your hope and faith in this Jesus and these guys. He can't help. That's when you see the reaction from Jesus in that moment. It would seem a bit unusual for Jesus in a way. He comes out with emotions of frustration. Disciples, those around him. He says, "Oh, faithless generation, how long am I to be with you? How long am I to bear with you? Bring the boy to me." Jesus expressing his disappointment in that moment, and how quickly his disciples and others had gone to excuses, to debate, rather than to continued faith and trust and prayer that he as his father, and in the name of him, that they could cast out that demon. Jesus then shows them why our faith in him is never in vain. The Father then asks him, if you could do anything, have compassion on us, mercy. That now perhaps he's kind of tiptoeing going to demonstrate to this man that there is no place for a half-hearted faith in him. But Jesus wants to give us confidence that he can give to our faith what we ask of him, if that is his will. And something the man was to realize in that moment. He says, I believe. Help my unbelief. Jesus did. Showing him that he was right to put his faith in him. He spoke to that spirit, cast it out. Boy, at a peace they never had. Here is Jesus teaching us a lesson about faith. Faith, of course, is never grounded in the wrong place when it's grounded in our Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ. It may not always translate into things going according to our plans in life, just because we believe in Christ. But faith trusts in God's plans, even when we don't understand them. And we might be tempted to doubt or question them. There's a cry that we can lift up in those moments of our unbelief, those times of our struggling in our faith. Those words of that man, I believe, help my unbelief. And one of the ways that the Lord helps us in those moments is pointing us to the things that we do know about him. His love, his grace. We might be tempted to focus on the things that we don't know. Like for instance, Martin Luther, in some of his writings, wrote about the hidden and revealed God. That the revealed God is the ways he has revealed himself to us through his word. That he chose to reveal to us how he created this world and how he created us. He chose to reveal to us that what happened to his perfect world in the fall, and why there is now death and sin and pain in this world. And he chose to reveal to us that plan, how he was going to rescue us from that curse of death and sin. He revealed in the Old Testament about that Messiah that was coming. And then the New Testament, how it was revealed this plan of salvation fulfilled in his Son. Jesus was God revealed in flesh and blood. That God chose to reveal to us what we needed to know about him and all that we needed to know about him. Learn that he is a God who is for us and not against us. Even when our life experiences may tempt us to think otherwise. As that revealed God is in contrast to the hidden side of God, where he doesn't fill in all the blanks of why this happened to this person or why that thing happened in this situation. Some things are just simply hidden in his divine will. And there are things that for him alone to know and for us to leave alone. What often happens in our life? Our human nature doesn't want to leave those things alone, do we? We want to delve into the hidden side of God and try to put explanations to things. Well, this is why this happened to this person. This is why that hurricane hit the Carolinas. This is why that hurricane hit Houston. This is why this person's house was destroyed in the hurricane and this person's house was okay. We try to explain such things in our mind. Some people try to come up with the explanation, well, see, it's just all random. It's all just by chance. See, God doesn't really care. He doesn't really love to let this happen to this person. People will try to explain it, well, it's God punishing that person for something that they've done in their life. It's like the friends of Job. That was their explanation. That's what they were saying, why this had happened to Job. He must have done something to deserve this. He wasn't repentant of something in his life which simply wasn't true. Rather, the Lord points us in those moments. It doesn't want to those times to direct our hearts elsewhere in those moments. He directs our faith not to the unknowns, but to the knowns. Not to the whys, but to the whats. What do you know about your God in his word? What do you know about your God that you see in his word about how he cares for you and how he loves you and what he has done for you? What do you see in your revealed God? And Jesus can assure you that your faith is grounded in the right place in him, even when those plans of our life aren't going according to our plans. Hopefully you see struggling with faith gave him what his faith needed, know that he will do the same for you in your life. Hopefully you see through the Word someone in Jesus who so cares about you that he faced Satan on your behalf, that he experienced death on your behalf, that he went through every agonizing moment of his suffering and death to take your sins and carry them to the cross to forgive your sins on your behalf. So that you could know not the whys, the what. The what, that you can have heaven, eternal life, through that Savior that the Father provided you. So that you can have that forgiveness of sins that he paid for on the cross through faith in him. The faith that God gives and sustains through his Spirit. For true faith in Christ is never something that we generate, but is generated as when the Lord leads us to see. We have every reason always to put our faith and hope in the one that our Father sent, his Lord Jesus Christ. This faith is the sight the Lord gives to our heart to say, I don't understand, but I believe. And when we're struggling with that faith, we can go to the things that we know about him. And even though I have not seen this God that I read about in the Scriptures or heard his voice, I will believe in the one that I saw who gave sight to the blind. I will believe in the one who gave words to the mute. I will believe in the one who rescued a boy from Satan's grips. I will believe in the one who said he was going to die and rise again, and then did. Even though we've never seen it. As God's Word says, faith is being sure of what you hope for and certain of what you do not see. Therefore, we may have those times in our life where we struggle in our faith. But know that there is always a cry that we can make in those times. A cry to man. Lord, help my unbelief. And know that the Lord will. Because Jesus wants you to know that your faith is always on solid ground. That he will give your faith what is needed to stand the test. He said, all things are possible for the one who believes. May the peace of Christ transcends all understanding, guard your hearts and minds in Christ